Now we're going to talk a little bit specifically about the S, the actual symbol on his chest. See, for this episode, for this inaugural episode of the show, I'm purposely wearing my Alex Ross Kingdom Come Superman shirt. And that's because that is clearly the direct inspiration for the new Superman symbol. The new Superman symbol is basically the Kingdom Come S with traditional colors plus an outline a la Max Fleischer. Not all the Superman crests have included an outline, but this one does. Like I said, it's so filled with different allusions to different Superman crests. But what I love about it is it doesn't look like an S. I know that sounds strange, but I've always felt that the symbol on Superman's chest should not look like an S. It should look like an alien symbol that can be interpreted by a primitive human mind as an S. And that's what I love about the Kingdom Come symbol. It looks like an S. Like if you look at it and you could see how someone would look at that symbol and think, oh yeah, that looks kind of like an S. But it isn't really. And the reason I don't like when it looks like an S is like, again, he's not an earthling. He's not human. So why would an alien suit have the English alphabet letter S on it, right? It's silly. What are the chances that Krypton also had an S? Right? They would have their own symbols. We've seen Kryptonian hieroglyphs, right? We've seen the artists attempt to show what Kryptonian language sounded and looked like. They wouldn't have an S. But even now, let's say you want to go the other way. Let's say that this symbol is not from Krypton, that the suit and everything about it is homemade. I also hate the S. Because again, if Clark chose it, it's kind of arrogant. S for super. Aren't I super? Look at my super S. Like, I don't believe that Clark would ever think, you know what I need on this suit? A big S for Superman. Like, Clark would never want that. You know what I mean? And any Clark Kent that would want an S on his chest is not a Clark Kent I want to follow. So how about that? At the same thing, too. And if it's the mom who made the symbol. If the mom stitched his suit, my mom made it for me, right? There is that variation, and I like that one too. I respect that one. But it also feels just kind of like corny. Like, Martha is like, my son is so super. I'm going to put an S on my son's chest so everyone knows how super he is. Like, it doesn't feel right. It feels too on the nose. It feels corny. I can't ever imagine or think of a Clark who would put that on with an S that is purposefully an S for super and think, yeah, this looks cool. This is the look I want. When people look at me, for them to think, man, that guy is super. Look at the S on his chest. It's never sat right with me. So even though, listen, I love the Christopher Reeve S. And I love, I've loved all the S's for what they are. And I have 25 different Superman shirts of every variation of S that we've ever gotten. But to me, it should never actually look like an S. It should only be interpreted as one. And that's exactly what James Gunn is giving us. So once again, James Gunn is freaking killing it as far as I'm concerned.